Hello there, and a warm welcome to the show. This is Energy and You, a weekly highlight of activities in the Nigerian energy space with a focus on NNPC Limited. I'm Egusa Igumbo. Our top story tonight: more cheering news in the oil and gas sector. A remarkable feat has been achieved with the Port Harcourt refinery back and better. This comes with high expectations for Nigeria's energy security and sustainability efforts. And we'll take you on a tour of the Port Harcourt refinery, where we captured loading and truck-out activities over the weekend, amidst speculations by certain interests. NNPC has since dismissed false claims surrounding the restreaming of the refinery. Plus, a pledge by the National Oil Company to support its joint venture partners and indigenous companies to boost value creation and investments. Details of these and more in just a moment. Please join us again. Thank you for staying with us. We begin the show with cheering news from Port Harcourt, where NNPC Limited has begun crude oil processing and truck out of petroleum products from the just upgraded refinery. This development marks a major step towards meeting the energy needs of Nigerians. Let's take a look at the highlights of this epoch-making event.
The Port Harcourt Refinery Company is officially back in operation as crude oil processing resumes, paving the way for the delivery of key petroleum products. On Tuesday, 26th of November 2024, trucks began loading premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, automotive gas oil or diesel, and household kerosene. This milestone comes as part of NNPC Limited's commitment to ensuring energy sufficiency for Nigeria. The GCEO NNPC Limited, Milikiari, described the commencement of product truck out as a monumental achievement, attributing the success of the rehabilitation project to the unwavering support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the NNPC Board of Directors, and the dedication of the company's staff.
And I'd like to thank all our staff, our contractors, and all of us here, that this is history for our country, that we know this is possible. Once there is determination, there is focus, there is leadership support, which is very critical, that things get done, and we thank Mr. President for the leadership support that he gave us.
He applauded the contractors for overcoming challenges to deliver the refinery and thanked Nigerians for their patience and trust in the company's vision to revitalize the nation's refineries. The authority chief executive, Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmad, commended NNPC Limited for achieving this significant milestone, reaffirming the regulatory authority's commitment to supporting NNPC Limited in completing the rehabilitation of the remaining refineries.
And just to confirm that as regulators, we were working hand in hand with both the contractor and the client, that's the NNPC, to ensure that with the upgrade that they comply with the standard regulations in terms of technical and other process facility regulations. And the result is now the plant is up and running. And most importantly, like the MD said earlier, if you look at the flare, it's very clean. There's no smoke. So it's like you cooking with LPG in your house without smoke, or cooking with firewood with no smoke. So in terms of complying to the environmental regulations, they are also complying with the environmental regulations. So I wish to congratulate the NNPC and the Port Harcourt Refinery Limited for the achievement of this milestone.
The revamp of the Port Harcourt Refinery is part of an engineering, procurement, construction, installation and commissioning project aimed at restoring its full functionality. The project has achieved over 16 million man-hours with zero lost time injury, which highlights the importance of safety and efficiency in its execution. This achievement underscores NNPC Limited's drive to deliver on its promise of energy security and economic growth for Nigeria.
We are the dynamic global energy company of choice, steering the course of Nigeria's biggest export industry. With years of commitment, delivering greater value and improving lives. NNPC is transformed to better meet your everyday energy need as the largest contributor to the Nigerian economy, generating clean, sustainable energy with integrity, excellence, and creating value for all stakeholders.
Energy for today, energy for tomorrow, energy for tomorrow. Come on, let's go.
And staying with the Port Harcourt refinery, NNPC Limited has dismissed assertions of Mr. Timothy Ngbere, a self-acclaimed community person who alleged that the restreaming and truck out of petrol at the Port Harcourt refinery were false. NNPC has described Mr. Ngbere's claims as a display of ignorance while setting the records straight. The company also called on the general public to disregard misleading claims and information while reaffirming the progress made at the Port Harcourt refinery. You're watching Energy and You. We'll take a moment here, and when we return, we'll give you an on-the-spot assessment of the Port Harcourt refinery, laying to rest all speculations in the public space regarding the restreaming of the refinery. Please join us again. You're still watching Energy and You. Earlier, we brought you a report on the restreaming of Port Harcourt refinery. Well, over the weekend, we carried out an on-the-spot assessment of the refinery, bringing to light ongoing activities at the plant, as well as the truck out of petrol. While on the visit, a member of the Eleme community in Rivers State, one of the host communities of the refinery, advised against the dissemination of false information about the status of the refinery, which was officially restreamed last week.
Speaking during a tour of the plant and the loading gantry of the refinery at the weekend, Mr. Dibia Isaiah, the Chief Security Officer of Eleme, described the claim made by one Timothy Ngbere as misleading and utter falsehood, aimed at undermining the good work of the NNPC management in their determination to bring the nation's refineries back on stream.
The person that spoke, his name is Timothy Ngbere. He's not the secretary of the host community. Secretary of the host community is Godwin Imbolo. It was on Tuesday that this place was commissioned. The Paramarula Emperor J. Dinkbel and the Council of Chiefs were here, the youth, everybody were here. The witness, what happened for numbers of years, this place was not working. But by the special grace of God, the Nigerians are deriving joy. Everybody is saying in live and direct that MPFC, NNPC, the retail production is on. So the young man that came, it was, I believe, it was the enemy of this rehabs that is going on. But by the special grace of God, we will conquer those enemies, those who don't want this production to take place. But I believe they all fade. And by the special grace of God, you can witness what is going on here. I'm one of the loader from the host community, from MPFC. I have loaded 4 trucks this morning, yesterday, with the water. The father gave us products. So now we are loading. Tomorrow we are loading. There is no time. This time is a very busy period for us. So I wonder why those are giving us fake information, just to run down the MD down, just to run down the management down. It is not good. It's a thing that all of us has to come together. They will rejoice over what has taken place. So I want Nigeria to forget about the rumor that they are hearing that Port Harcourt refinery is not producing. No, they are producing. People are happy. The rivers are happy. Nigerians are happy. Eleme people are happy. Alesa people are happy. I'm testimony. I'm loading. Not that I'm just ordinary representative, but the special grace of God, I'm one of the loader. So I don't see what is fallacy all over it. I don't see why people are not rejoicing over it. For me, We are happy. The primary role of this kingdom is happy.
I'm here to load PMS, sir. I'm feeling very happy because for some time now it's not been working for years, and we're back definitely. As you can see, everything is moving on well here. No issues, no challenges at all.
A tour of the plant by a media team in Port Harcourt shows that loading has been going on, and the old refinery, also known as Area 5, is working at 70% capacity, as earlier reported by NNPC Limited.
There are a lot of other activities that he can also do from here. So you can see all these panels and all these interventions. This is what we've been able to do. So when I say we've carried out massive revamp and upgrade, this plant was built in 65. But you can see, of course, this is not looking like 65 technology. So this is the upgrade.
That's a new called Crude Run Activity. One of the products from process in the factory and India. We have gasoline, we have naphtha, we have kerosene, we have SGO, we have HGO, and we have residue. We have 5-6 products that are not recorded.
It would be recalled that a self-acclaimed community leader, Timothy Ngbere, alleged last week in a video that the much-publicized restreaming of the Port Harcourt refinery and truck-out of petrol, which heard last week, were all false. After a careful examination of his claims, which were largely based on ignorance of how the plant works, NNPC Limited advised the general public to disregard the claims of the self-acclaimed community person, which are obviously born out of sheer mischief.
For NNPC Limited, there is no backing down in its mission to provide a safe, sufficient, sustainable and cleaner fuel for Nigerians.
Let's now give you an update on the sustained war against crude oil theft and infrastructure vandalism by NNPC Limited.
The war on crude oil theft is on, and the industry-wide security collaboration on hydrocarbon infrastructure continues to record remarkable progress. Between the 23rd and 29th November 2024, a total of 301 incidents were recorded across the Niger Delta region. This was achieved by the joint efforts of NNPC Limited's Command and Control Center, Tantita Security Agency, Shell Petroleum Development Company, Pipeline Infrastructure Nigeria Limited, Maton Engineering Nigeria Limited, Oando PLC, New Guard Security and Consultancy Services Limited, and government security agencies. In a coordinated sweep, illegal pipeline connections were uncovered in various hotspots. Along the Oando pipeline to Brass, engineers swiftly removed illicit taps at Oiregbene and Babaragbene in Bayelsa State and carried out essential repairs. Similar operations were executed in Harcourt, Ogbea, Ogboingbiri, and Ukwa West in Abia State, showcasing a united front against this criminal enterprise. The crackdown continued with the destruction of illegal refineries scattered across Rivers, Bayelsa, and Abia states. These operations targeted Asa, Buguma Southeast, Akwa Odogwa, Komkom, and Bakana 5 in Rivers State, Bisani and Okadia in Bayelsa State, Oza West and Umukalu in Abia State. Each site dismantled represented a significant blow to the perpetrators. In a dramatic turn, a hacksaw attempt to vandalize pipelines at Opotuari and Tebidaba in Bayelsa State was thwarted. The week also uncovered massive illegal storage sites, from Kulatu to Elele to Umuabai in River State and Ethiopia West in Delta State. These hubs were dismantled, denying thieves their cash points and dealing a heavy blow to the black markets. Security forces made critical interceptions on land, seizing vehicles loaded with stolen crude oil at Ebocha, Oyibo, and Okuzi in Rivers State, as well as Owa Alidimma in Delta State. Meanwhile, on water, wooden fiber boats brimming with stolen crude oil were seized and destroyed at Edwini in Bayelsa State, Oyibo, Bakana 5, Hula 2, Buguma Southeast, Boni Island, Mwajiloke Community, Akwa Odogwa, and Amwaha in River States. The incidents spanned key corridors, with 180 recorded in the Central Corridor, 76 in the Eastern Corridor, 19 in the Western Corridor, and 26 in Deep Blue Water. A total of 14 suspects were arrested and handed over to Government Security Agency for further investigation. For NNPC Limited, the fight against crude oil theft is more than just a mission. It is a commitment to protecting Nigeria's resources and environment. With each discovery, arrest, and dismantling, the nation moves closer to eradicating this menace for good.
NNPC Limited has re-emphasized its support and focus in partnering with indigenous oil companies, creating value and enhancing oil production for the benefit of Nigerians and its shareholders. The optimization of Nigeria's gas resources also formed part of the discussions during a courtesy visit to the Group Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Milekari, by the management of Oando PLC, led by the Managing Director, Dr. Ainoje Alex Irune. Take a look.
The Managing Director of Oando PLC, Dr. Ainoje Alex Irune, expressed excitement at the joint venture partnership between NNPC Limited and Oando following the acquisition of 20% equity stake in ANI assets recently. The courtesy visit afforded the Oando helmsman the opportunity to give an update on the collaborative work on the assets since the acquisition. Mr. Irune disclosed that remarkable progress has been made, resulting in notable increase in oil production from the assets in less than 100 days after the acquisition. He said Oando, as the operator of the joint venture assets, would continue to count on the support of NNPC Limited to eke out more value from them.
We are excited by where we have found ourselves today, GCO. We imagined the journey would have been a lot more difficult, but we take solace in the support from the NNPC. I put this as the first point of discussion simply because the challenges that we face today require all hands on deck. They are not merely just financial or issues of security or community or production integrity. They span even more variables than I've mentioned. So having a partner that is fully aligned with a production target, since acquisition, been able to increase our oil production by almost 50%, as I speak to you, in less than 100 days. That could not have been achieved without your support. We've been able to improve the integration of both companies. Over the next 3 years, we believe we can take our production here to over 100,000 barrels of oil and in excess of 1.3, 1.4 BCF of gas. These are not lofty dreams, this is our reality. Our ambition is to surpass this target. And I will say that I count on your support, but you have never failed me with your support.
While welcoming the Oando management team, the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Mr. Milekari, pointed out that acquisitions of big assets by indigenous companies attest to the growth and capacity of those companies within the energy sector. He re-emphasized the commitment of NNPC Limited to deliver energy security to Nigeria through strong partnerships and dedicated focus on boosting oil production and harnessing Nigeria's abundant gas resources.
We will work with you deeper and deeper to ensure that will do two things, as you have highlighted: increase oil production and also increase gas production. And they are not lofty ambitions. The resources are there, the right people are there, and also the ability to deliver were not in doubt at all. So more than anything, let me just emphasize that that JV must stop being the weak link. It was the weak link of our investment overall in the upstream. And we believe that there will be further improvement so that it can come to the elevated level of everyone else in the space. And we have already seen this promise crystallizing with all the improvements that we have seen in the last 1 year, even as short as the last three months. It is possible. So we are doing many things to ensure new prosperity comes on the back of domestic gas supply. And we also work with you deeply to ensure that some of the ongoing projects are completed, so that at the end we'll have more gas coming into the domestic market. But above all, we're very confident that you will be able to steer this ship to the delivery line in short term and in long term.
The joint venture partnership between NNPC Limited and Oando PLC is fully aligned with NNPC's oil production targets as the largest oil producer in Nigeria. The visit ended with a commitment by the NNPC Limited and Oando PLC to strengthen their collaboration whilst working towards achieving 50,000 barrels of oil production per day by the close of 2024 and ramping up to 70,000 barrels per day by the end of 2025.
Time now for a summary of top international energy news for this week. Oil prices went up on Monday, managing to stabilize into the week, with a continued expansion in China's manufacturing activities, reflecting some degree of policy success from recent stimulus efforts. This offered slight relief that oil demand from China may hold for now, being the largest oil consumer in the world. The heightened tensions in the Middle East as Israel resumed attacks on Lebanon despite a ceasefire agreement also affected the rise in price. Brent crude futures climbed 57 cents to sell at $72.41 a barrel. In an update on losses by India's Adani Green Energy related to the recent U.S. indictments, the energy company recorded about 8% gains on Monday and recouped all stock losses related to the indictment of the group's billionaire founder, Gautam Adani, over an alleged $265 million bribery scheme.
So come on, let's go.
And this is where we draw the curtains on the show tonight. Many thanks for being a part of it. If you missed any part of the show or previous episodes, you can catch up by scanning the QR code on your screen now. And remember to follow us on all our social media handles to get updates of all the activities of NNPC Limited. Thanks again for watching. I'm Egusa Igumbo. Bye for now.